Hey guys, it's Nick from Pick'em and I'm back with another video. For this weekend we have a nice pay-per-view card. It's absolutely stacked with some good names on there. We have two title fights, and the first one is Brandon Moreno versus Pantoja, and the other one is Volkanovski versus Rodriguez. And these two fights are going to be absolute bangers. And I'm just going to do a quick recap for last weekend for the UFC Fight Night card. I went 7-5, and we went 5-1 on best bets, and then 2-1 on favorite underdogs, and then I missed the safety parlay by one leg, cause Guram Kutadzeladze just got hit in the neck and just got folded like crazy by Alves Brenner. So that was kind of crazy to see. That really messed up my parlays. Everything else hit, so it was a profitable night overall. So let's talk about this card, guys. This is a quick picks video, so I'm not really gonna explain why I'm picking these fighters. I'm just gonna do a quick picks for who I'm gonna be going with in the next card. And the first fight of the night we have on the prelims, which is Kamula Kirk versus Esteban Ribovics. And Esteban Ribovics is a slight underdog right now. There is a line movement. Esteban Ribovics was a 2-1 favorite going into this fight like about a week ago. But there's a lot of money coming in on Kamula Kirk. And Kamula Kirk has only lost to Damon Jackson, so it's not like he's using these cans. Damon Jackson has been in the UFC for so long, so this is a really close fight. But I still think Esteban Ribovics is hungry, and he is the younger fighter here. Is at a reach disadvantage, but I think his boxing and his striking is gonna be the difference in this fight. I'm gonna go with the Esteban Ribovics by decision. Alright guys, let's go to the next fight on the prelims, where we have Shannon Ross versus Jesus Aguilar. And I'm gonna go with Jesus Aguilar because Shannon Ross is coming off 2 back-to-back KO losses, and it's just not a good look. I don't trust his chin, and the durability just isn't there anymore. Aguilar isn't really like a crazy powerful guy, but he's a good striker. Okay striker, I'll say it's 7 out of 10 on striking, and has pretty good grappling, pretty good clinch work. So I think Jesus Aguilar is gonna win this fight, and he's a slight slight favor right now. The line's been closing in, so Jesus Aguilar is where are the odds for this fight? Just give me a second, guys. Jesus Aguilar is like a minus 140. Yeah, he's a minus 155 and minus 137 in some books. You can even get him at on DraftKings. He's a minus 145. I think it's minus 140 right now. Last time I checked, a couple hours back. So there is money coming in on Shannon Ross, but I still think Aguilar is gonna use the clinch, mix in some takedowns, and get a win here. He's only lost to Tatsuro Taira, who's also going to be fighting on this card. Tatsuro Taira is very good fighter, so I think there's no shame in losing to Taira. But I think he's going to bounce back and get a win here. Let's go to the next fight on the prelims, where we have Cameron Simon versus Terrence Mitchell. And I'm going to go with Cameron Simon here. He's a big prospect, but the line's kind of crazy. I'm not really looking to bet on this line, considering it's not like he destroyed his last opponent, Mana Martinez. He was winning the fight, obviously, but the point deduction made that a fight majority decision instead of a unanimous decision. But I still think Terrence Mitchell is dangerous. This guy's much bigger than Cameron Simon here. But I just think Cameron Simon's game is well-rounded, and that's why he's a 5-1 favorite here. But I'm not really looking to bet on this fight. I'll take Cameron Simon by knockout prop, because Terrence Mitchell hasn't really faced anyone good. The last person he faced was Kai Kara France, and he got knocked out in that fight. And this fight is at bantamweight, so I think Cameron Simon can put his striking together and get Terrence Mitchell out of there in the second round. So Cameron Simon by TKO in the second round. Alright guys, let's move to the next fight on the prelims, where we have Vitor Petrino versus Marcin Prachnio. And I am picking Vitor Petrino here. I just don't think Marcin Prachnio is going to have enough for Vitor Petrino here. Marcin Prachnio is a guy that's going to stay at range and just leg kick you to a decision. Khalil Roundtree, he got a body kick out of there. That wasn't a Khalil Roundtree. Never mind, that was some next Villanova guy. That's probably not even the UFC anymore. Then got a win over William Knight, who's not really. That fight was a snooze fest. He just leg kicked his way to a win. I think the undefeated Vitor Petrino has a good game. In the last fight, he proved to us he can go all 3 rounds, use his wrestling. He doesn't really have to depend on his power punching ability or the TKO knockouts to get his opponents out of there. I think Vitor Petrino is gonna get a win, and his record is gonna be 9-0 after Saturday. Alright guys, let's move to the next fight on the prelims, where we have Edgar Cyrus versus Tatsuro Taira, and I am gonna go with Tatsuro Taira. But if I was you guys, I would not be betting a -900 line. I would not even parlay this line. I think Tatsuro Taira obviously win this fight, probably gonna be by submission. But this guy Cyrus is a tough dude to get out of there. I just think Tatsuro Taira by first round submission. He's gonna wrap that neck or maybe take a arm bar or something like that. Tatsuro Taira by first round submission. Alright guys, let's move to the next fight on the prelims, where we have Jimmy Crute versus Alonzo Menifield. This fight is a rematch. They had a fight before. Sorry guys, and it was a draw because Alonzo Menifield was winning the fight. He was dropping Jimmy Crute a couple times, dropped him like twice, I think it was, in each round. And Jimmy Crute was able to use his wrestling, and then Alonzo Menifield got a point deduction. And Menifield is the slight underdog here at +100. I think Jimmy Crute is the slight. It's near even right now on some books. On some books, you can get Alonzo Menifield as a dog. And I'm going to go with Alonzo Menifield. I just think that power is going to be too much. And now Alonzo Menifield is going to be working on his takedown defense. He's going to know. He's already fought Jimmy Crute. He's going to know what he has to do to get a win here. And I think Alonzo Menifield is going to bounce back and get a win here. Alright guys, let's move to the next fight on the prelims, where we have Jasmine Jauregui versus Denise Gomes. And I picked Denise Gomes in her last fight, where she was a 3-1 underdog against Bruno Brazil, and she came through and got a big win there, so I was really happy to see that. But she was a big underdog here. I mean, I don't think she's gonna win this fight. I think Jauregui is the much more technical striker, much more crispier. She has more technical, like tight striking. She's not really like winging her punches. I think that's gonna be the difference here, but the line's way too crazy. I would not be betting on this fight. I would maybe bet inside the distance, under 2.5 rounds. I think either one of these girls, they're gonna come to bang, and one of them's gonna get the other one out of there. So I think Jasmine by TKO. Alright guys, let's move to the next fight on the prelims, where we have Jack Della Maddalena versus Josiah Harrell. And obviously I'm picking JDM here. He's gonna get a TKO first round. Alright guys, let's move to the next fight on the prelims, where we have the featured prelims, Robbie Lawler versus Nico Price. And this fight is tough, man. I don't understand why the line's crazy. Yeah, I get it that Robbie Lawler is 41 years old and that Nico Price is the 10 years younger almost, or 9 years younger. But come on, I'm not looking to bet on Nico Price at almost 3-1. Are you kidding me? This dude's only 4-1 in his last 5 fights. Had a draw or something against Donald Cerrone. Just Nico Price's fight IQ is so bad, and Robbie Lawler can still bang. I mean, he was in a war against Brian Barberena before he got overwhelmed in that last round. I still think Robbie Lawler has a good chance to get a win here. I'm just gonna go with the former champ Robbie Ruthless Lawler by TKO. Alright guys, let's move to the main card now, where we have Bo Nickel versus Valentine Woodburn. I guess Trayshawn Gore pulled out of this fight, so now they have Bo Nickel fighting some next guy, 7-0. This is an easy pick, Bo Nickel by first round submission. Alright guys, let's move to the next fight on the main card, where we have Dan Hooker versus Jalen Turner. And I am picking Jalen Turner here. I just think there's questions about Dan Hooker's durability. I mean, since that fight against Dustin Poirier, he just hasn't looked all that good anymore after that. He got sparked in the first round by Arnold Allen at 145. And then no shame in losing to Islam Makhachev, who is a champ right now. Got a win over Nazareth Haqparast. Lost to Michael Chandler by TKO. This is easy. Jalen Turner. I think that fight against Mateus Gamrot was super close. He was lighting Gamrot up on the feet, and Gamrot didn't land anything big on Turner. And Gamrot had a hard time keeping him down. I mean, I don't think Dan Hooker is gonna be able to use his wrestling in this fight. And this is going to be a stand-up fight, and I'll take Jalen Turner by TKO. Maybe submission, maybe club and sub. I'll say club and sub first round. Jalen Turner. Alright guys, let's move to the next fight on the main card, where we have Robert Whittaker versus Dricus du Plessis. Guys, I wanted to pick Robert Whittaker. I still have to pick Robert Whittaker, but this line is crazy. I mean, Robert Whittaker is like a 4-1 favorite. It makes sense because he's only lost to the champion Israel Adesanya. He hasn't lost to anyone else. He's beaten everyone else by unanimous decision. And it makes sense why he's such a big favorite. But, I mean, this dude, Dricus du Plessis, this dude's coming to fight. He's not coming to just fight or technical. He's going to make this fight a brawl. Look at these. This dude's got some power, man. And he's got that surgery too for his nose, so he's not gonna be breathing like crazy through his nose anymore. I'm just gonna pick Dricus du Plessis, man. I can't pick up 5-1 favorite Robert Whittaker. Even though I love Robert Whittaker, Bobby Knuckles is that guy. This fight's gonna be a war, man. I don't think Robert Whittaker is gonna just be able to keep Dricus du Plessis off him. And man, I'm just gonna say Dricus du Plessis by maybe a crazy TKO, or maybe it's gonna be a really close fight. I don't know, man. This dude always finds a way to win the fights. I know everyone's picking Robert Whittaker, and it makes sense why he's such a big favorite, because he's a much more technical striker. He's fought the much more better competition, beaten everyone in the top 5 except Izzy. So it makes sense why he's such a big favorite, but come on. I'm going to sprinkle on Dricus du Plessis. This dude's 5-0. He's undefeated in the UFC. I mean, you never know. Anything can happen. We saw last week, Guram got TKO'd by Elvis Brenner. No one gave him a chance. No one. And he got TKO'd. So I'll pick Dricus du Plessis by TKO. Just money line it. He's a plus 300 dog. Just money line. Alright guys, let's move to the co-main event now. Brandon Moreno versus Alessandro Pantoja. Man, I have to pick the underdog here again. I know Brandon Moreno has proved to all of us that he's a force to be reckoned with. I mean, he's really turned it up. I mean, and but at 2-1, I mean, Alessandro Pantoja has already beaten him twice before he strangled him once. So that confidence is gonna be there for Pantoja. I really like Brandon Moreno, but I can't really make my picks with my heart. I have to use my brain to. I just have to go with Pantoja. I mean, this dude is gonna be really hungry. He's gonna bring the fight to Brandon Moreno. I feel like Alessandro Pantoja is gonna be he's gonna have a strength advantage too. This dude is strong, man. He's got really crisp striking too. He's got power also. But Moreno is a dog. This fight's gonna be like 50-50, I think. And I'll take the dog here, Alessandro Pantoja, by submission. Alright guys, now we're at the main event of the evening, where we have Alexander Volkanovski versus Yair Rodriguez. And everyone's picking Alexander Volkanovski, and it makes sense why they're picking him, because dude's the #1 pound for pound fighter. But man, Rodriguez, he knows this is only one chance that he's gonna get for a while. He's been in the UFC for like over 10 years, and this is the first time he's getting a title shot. He's not just gonna come there to survive and just go the distance with the Volkanovski and be like, okay, I went the distance with Volkanovski. He's gonna bring those kicks, and it just takes one kick, man. One right head kick and it's over. We saw the same thing with Kamaru Usman. Just one kick to the head and it's over. I'm gonna just pick Yair Rodriguez by TKO, maybe head kick or something. Alright guys, that's it for my quick picks video. I'm gonna do another best bets for this card. So please subscribe, like the video, and leave a comment below for your boy, for the algorithm. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much. Bye now.